is King Dion. Let him introduce himself. He's well known around camp. But today we're just gonna talk about killing the ego. So I say last semester, right?
Yeah.
Last semester.
Before school ended.
Before school? It was like December then.
Yeah.
No, it was probably like March. I mean, not March, but November.
Yeah.
All right. So long story short, before school ended last semester, we got into a little altercation. And really today we're here to talk about ego, because at the end of the day, that's a big thing for males. I could definitely speak because we being transparent.
Yeah.
Feel me?
They be
At
caught
the end of the day, that's facts, and that's we all guilty of that. So we being transparent, and part of evolving is understanding where you made your mistakes, and you got to make mistakes so you learn from them. You feel me? And I'm sure you agree with that.
Indeed.
So last semester we got into altercation, really about him coming to our room. We were selling something. Well, my roommate was selling something. Long story short, I told him not to come to my room. My ego got involved to the point because he still came, and I didn't open the door for him. He felt the way about it. We had our little exchange of words, you'll call it. He said stuff, I said stuff.
Both went back and forth? Yeah,
back and forth. But at the end of the day, we got over it because we wound up settling it after we had our disagreement. He said stuff, like I said, back and forth. It didn't get to no physical altercation, thank God, because in the day, it wouldn't have been worth it. It was just a matter of ego involved. And after we talked about it, we realized like that could have been handled better, especially as two young males.
Hey, black males,
facts.
We indeed got something. We got something against us already when we were born into this world as a black male.
That's a fact. And at the end of the day, I'm just glad we ended it. But at the end of the day, I'm glad it happened because I told him that after we talked about it, after we said what we said, harsh words or whatnot. I said I'm glad it happened because you learn from stuff like this. You can see your growth. He said he spoke on his growth, and it wasn't like I didn't like him or nothing. Cause I told him before from interviews he did on HBCU Pulse. I thought I had a lot more respect from learning from why he does what he do, and at the end of the day I respected that. So shout out to HBCU Pulse as well. But mainly just talking about killing the ego because I understand, like I said, part of evolving is you got to understand sometimes you got to let stuff go and understand where you're wrong. So I could definitely say I was wrong at some part in that situation.
And I was too though.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, we could definitely, that's just growth though,
yeah,
you feel me? We can't hold it back. And especially, like you said, black males in the community, we can't be out here wilding and doing certain things and understand we already got that stigma against us. So putting it on each other is not gonna make it any better, you feel me?
Indeed.
So, man, what you want to say about it though?
Basically, we all gotta do one thing, is grow.
Mm-hmm.
As we get older and older, we're gonna have to grow. For me, on the other hand, how I used to be and how I was then at that moment, like I seen the growth cause I would the old me would have taken all the way to there, all the way up there. It's up there, gonna be so much heat in the air, cause it's just the old me. But the new me, sometimes you gotta look at and point out the obvious and what's wrong and what's right, and what you can do to remove yourself from this situation. Because you don't always want to see situations like you don't want, cause nobody always want to be in a problem situation.
Yeah. It's not healthy. That's just causing more stress on you at the end of the day. I agree.
Yes.
So, it actually reminded me, like I said, when we're practicing what I preach, I understand that I can't be out here doing certain things and then want to preach to somebody else about not doing that and understanding thinking through situations. Because even with
practice what you preach.
Yeah, feel me? And at the end of the day, I know people that's in my circle or whatnot. I say, and I be trying to tell them like, yo, you can't start wilding in certain situations. You got to calm down, no matter what situation. You got to think it through.
You got to be calm in every situation.
Yeah,
the calmest people know the most. Would know everything else. You got to be the calmest thing in that situation.
And I could definitely say I was calm in that situation, but long story short, it reminded me back to when my big homie, mentor, Jay Morrison, he was actually in the mall. Y'all can see this video on YouTube as well. He was, he don't like, we don't say nigga or the B word, bitch, at the end of the day.
Unnecessary vocabulary.
Yeah, unnecessary vocabulary, but even besides that, it was just like, he practiced that. So in the mall, it was an incident where a guy came up to him, long story short, wanted him to buy a CD, and he said he wasn't buying it. So the guy felt away. He looked just like us, a black male. He felt away. He's like, you in Neiman Marcus or whatnot, buying these type of shoes, expensive stuff, but you can't support somebody in your own community.
He talked to somebody about this?
Yeah, no, it was actually its own footage, the altercation. So they going back and forth, calling each other words like the N word and stuff like that. And it was just like, it reminded me of that situation. Like, you got to think stuff through, especially when you're out here preaching something to the community.
Yeah,
so it's just like
Jay
was just talking about how he grew from that situation, but that was like years ago before he got to where he is today, just continuing to evolve. But it just reminded me of that situation. Like, you really got to think things through and understand that you got to practice what you preach, of course. And at the end of the day,
All the time,
you
all
only
the time.
bringing down your own people, if not yourself at the same time. When you're not doing those, thinking stuff through and understanding like, yo, you can't do it this way, no matter if it's a disagreement. Because at the end of the day, we always gonna have disagreements, but the only way to really fix it is to have a dialogue like we finally had after the situation, which resulted into a healthy dialogue and had a better understanding of everything. So that's just really what it is at the end of the day. And that's the only way we can live and continue to prevail in this society, especially. So yeah, so that's really what it was, and I'm just glad we was able to sit down about it. Because again, it's just ego. Yeah, you got to do it, no matter the disagreement.
Egos are the most biggest thing in this world. Egos will bring you all the way down to 1. You're supposed to be at 10, because everybody got a pride, but sometimes you got to put that pride up and take it. You know, that pride ain't gonna lead you nowhere. Pride ain't gonna get you no money.
Yeah.
Pride's not gonna get you no money. And having an ego, that ain't gonna get you no money either.
Even besides the money, it's gonna bring you down even worse.
Even if it do bring you money, it's gonna bring you less money. Like, it ain't gonna bring the full amount of money of your potential. You know, you still got an ego.
Yeah. So that you have it, folks. Evolving through the experience. That's all we can do. Y'all make sure y'all go shop, support the brand, because all we can do is prevail. And I'm glad I could share this experience with y'all, being transparent 100%, because that's the only way y'all gonna understand what I'm really saying. So y'all make sure y'all follow him on IG too. Put your IG out there too.
GTM_Dion.
Yeah, your Twitter. You got Twitter too now, right?
GTM_Dion.
He ain't want to have a Twitter before, but now he finally got one. So yeah.